A two-day investment conference is currently underway in Polokwane, that's in Limpopo. Potential domestic investors from multiple industries are expected to make pledges which will translate to economic returns for the province. SABC News reporter Katlego Nyoni spoke to the Premier, that's Dr Phophi Ramathuba.
South Africa is facing a housing backlog of more than 3 million units. Rapid urbanization is creating a demand that outstrips supply, despite the strides made by government in providing adequate housing. This leads to the expansion of informal settlements.
In Mpumalanga, we stand at the 276,000. That is the backlog. Our biggest challenge, obviously, is the funding model. That's the first issue.
The fourth installment of the Limpopo Investment Conference is an investment mobilization drive comprising businesses, economics, as well as industry leaders, all in a bid to try and assist the provincial government meet its target towards a sustainable economic growth. Of course, the province aims to post positive data looking at areas such as unemployment, which in the second quarter of 2024 posted just above 31.4%. Joining us to take us through the conference is the Premier, Phophi Ramathuba. Thank you very much for your time this morning. We've seen in the past this conference raising billions in the form of pledges, in total 281 billion rand. What is the target for 2024?
I think if we look at our Limpopo Development Plan target, we have always put it at 30 billion, but we agree as a team with a collective that our target will be 50 billion. But I can tell you we are going to definitely double if that target that we've put for this particular year. Because if you look at the interest that we've been able to mobilize across not only the country, even globally, even other continents, where we have seen a number of interest, where people are beginning to appreciate that here is a Limpopo, it's coming with fresh ideas, with fresh minds, with different commitments, seventh administration, and most importantly, the new energy that has been injected through our members of executive councils and as a provincial government. So we are expecting to really do much more well. But we are not only looking at the pledges as a province, we are also saying we need to monitor what those pledges are in the coming few months, in the coming year, going to be translated into whether it's the jobs, temporary during construction phase, if it's projects that require construction, and also permanent jobs once the project has already fully been implemented. And you will see that the provincial government, led by the Premier and all the MECs, will be following each and every pledge that will be made. We're saying this because, you know, sometimes pledges are made here, but we don't realize the development, because economic growth, once you have it, without development, you are not going to see more jobs. But once you start to talk about development, you're starting to talk about the jobs. And one of the reasons becomes what the president was asking us on Friday. What is holding you back as a province when you have got all the minerals, all the natural resources, everything, tourism, agriculture, things, energy, things that can make you grow economy? What is holding you back? And the challenge here, it's what we are going to address today. The difference also here, Katlego, is that you are seeing a provincial government that says investment should be a priority for a ward council, because the investment doesn't happen to Muaneng where the premier is. A ward councillor must begin to understand what is the importance of investors coming to my ward. The Hoshi, senior traditional Botobere, must understand the importance of investment, because once Tobere can understand, he will make sure that there is stability within that village. Once there is stability, investors are attracted. Our mayors, who are all invited, they need to understand the importance of bringing water, the roads infrastructure, and of course each and every MEC understand the importance of this particular conference.
There have been many questions, Premier, regarding the flagship investment drive program by the Limpopo That Initiative, the Musina Makhado Special Economic Zone. What is the amount so far that has been channeled towards that specific investment? We've seen in the past the Chinese rallying behind the province, investing about 150 billion rand. What happened to those funds, and what can we currently expect and anticipate from that project, since it encountered several issues following the environmental impact assessment? Let's talk to that.
Like I've already indicated to you, that the biggest challenge is not the investors not coming and showing appetite and pledging. The challenge is, what are we doing as the government? If you look at the Musina Makhado SEZ, we recently were invited by the president. We were amongst the 3 provinces to join him as he was during the state visit in China. I met with some of those who have made those pledges. But the biggest challenge here is that we as government have not done our part. For instance, the north side of Musina Makhado, the challenge is it's the issue of the land, which we need to finalize. Both the Department of Land Affairs, Department of Public Works nationally, and also the Musina municipality, which we can be proud to say the visit by the president last week Friday was where he has brought in all those role players, has been able to unlock that. And like I'm indicating to you, when you look at the south side, there are also not only the issues of EIA, there are also issues of water. Hence I'm saying that the biggest challenge here is that what is it that we are doing to create a conducive environment for those investors to be able to start at work. They can come here, you can come, Katlego, with your billions and invest 100 billion to say you want to start mining at Sekhukhune. The fact of the matter is that if the mayor, executive mayor of Sekhukhune, does not fast track the water supply projects to your mine, he won't be able to mine. If the MEC for roads, public works and infrastructure does not fast track the access to roads, you're not going to mine. If the Minister of Electricity, together with our municipalities and ESCOM, we don't make sure that there's reliable energy supply, you are not going to mine. So hence I'm saying the different in approach this time around is to say from a ward councillor, and I'm saying to ward councillor, you see all these protests that we see happening. Yesterday I was addressing last night Santiago, and I said, you are a key stakeholder towards this investment conference. If you decide one day to park all your cars, your kumbis on N1 and say you are protesting, a potential investor who reads about what you are doing will not be attracted. The appetite will completely fade away, because he knows he brings his money here. He cannot work because you will be on the street. Let's find other ways of dealing with these issues. The other time I had a retreat with the senior traditional leaders, and I was saying to them exactly the same. When you keep on fighting for your mushate and you are burning tires, you are making it difficult for those investors to come. I mean, Chinese knows that there are a lot of dispute in the traditional councils of Limpopo than any other, because when they come here and they are welcomed by factions within the royal houses, it's a challenge. So we have worked, we've made sure we pave the way, we address Salga, we told mayors what is their role, councillors knows what their role, Mishate knows what is their role, provincial government knows what is their role. So you investors out there, there's no reason for you not to come to Limpopo. We are ready for you. We are open for markets.
Thank you very much. That's Limpopo Premier there, Phophi Ramathuba, talking to us about the Limpopo Investment Conference. This is the 4th installment of the conference since its inception in 2021. Pledges amounting to billions, 79 billion rand in particular, were directly invested in the province. This is a 2-day Limpopo Investment Conference. The Premier there is expected to deliver the main speech. Back to you in studio.